This is Nina Lockwood. Welcome to Get Your Happy Back. Stories and insights that will inspire you to find new sources of happiness in your own life. Welcome to Get Your Happy Back. Today, on the last day of 2024, I'm going to do something a little different. Instead of an interview, I want to go back and share some of the takeaways from the 26 episodes that were full of wisdom, inspiration, and really powerful reminders of what it means to reclaim our happiness. And if you've been following this exploration with me, you know I like to talk about more than just quick fixes or surface level solutions, because those are only temporary solutions, if that. For me, it's about really diving deep into what truly makes us feel alive. Love, creativity, self-expression, connection, service. And I want to highlight some of the most useful reminders from the amazing women and men that I've had the privilege of speaking with. One of the themes that's come up again and again is the idea that deep down, we're okay, even when life doesn't feel okay. So many of my guests have faced real challenges, like most of us do, career changes, loss, health issues, but they didn't let those circumstances define their happiness. Instead, they reconnected with the deeper truth that well-being isn't something outside us. It's already always here within us, even when things feel messy. So I'm reminded of one conversation in particular with a woman who shared how she rebuilt her life after a major setback by tuning into her own creativity. She didn't wait till the timing was perfect. She just started expressing herself by picking up a paintbrush and writing, something she hadn't really given herself permission to do for a long time. And through that, she rediscovered a sense of joy and purpose that gave her a way to come back from that setback. Another guest talked about how love was her anchor. She realized that no matter what was happening around her, she could always come back to being and sharing love, whether it was through relationships, compassion towards herself, doing small acts of kindness, or simply appreciating the small moments of beauty and surprise in her day. And then there was someone else who reminded us that happiness comes from being of service. When she shifted her focus from what she didn't have to how she could help others, everything changed for her. And it wasn't about fixing herself. It was about showing up and intentionally choosing to make a difference, to find a way to make things better. And that gave her a sense of purpose that really transformed her life. So what's worth taking note of is that these stories are powerful and inspiring because they remind us that happiness isn't about escaping our circumstances. It's about seeing them differently. It's about taking a chance on ourselves, doing more of what lights us up, and letting go of the thoughts and feelings that keep us in prison, and focusing on what we can give rather than what we feel we lack. Here's another important theme that we explored: the power of saying yes to new opportunities, even when it feels uncomfortable. Many of my guests shared that their greatest growth and happiness came from stepping outside their comfort zones and doing something really different, even when they weren't prepared at all. It might not seem to make sense, but it's in those moments of uncertainty and hesitation that we can discover just how capable and resilient and how expansive we really are. And then there was another guest who said yes to starting a new business later in life, even when other people doubted her. And she didn't wait for permission or approval. She trusted herself, she trusted life, and she took the leap. And as a result, she now has a thriving business that she built, and she's excited about it. It gives her a sense of fulfillment. So this brings me to another key point that we've touched on, which is that Happiness is really coming home to yourself. It's about letting go of the need to seek validation from other people and realizing that you don't need anyone else's permission to pursue what lights you up. I don't know about you, but I am so tired of how we've been socialized to hold ourselves back because we're afraid of what others might think. The truth is, your happiness doesn't depend on anyone else's approval. It's something you create for yourself by honoring what feels right and true to you. Because you're here for a reason, and that reason is ultimately what's going to bring you happiness. So the last point I want to highlight is that many of my guests have emphasized that although our sense of well-being is always an inside job, happiness isn't passive. It isn't just sitting around and feeling good. It's something that we can express by taking action. Inspiration can come to us at any moment, and it's up to us to follow through and bring it into reality. So whether it's starting a new creative project or taking a class, learning a new skill, or helping others in need, we can feel especially blessed when our happiness finds its own unique expression and touches others. I would say that we have all had at least one experience where our lives were changed dramatically by following those breadcrumbs of what inspired us, even when it felt scary or confusing or we couldn't really see what the outcome was going to be. When we don't let fear stop us, we can let it fuel us. And this is what makes us come alive. And boy, we could all benefit by doing more of that. So if you've been feeling stuck or ready to start a new chapter in your life, I hope these stories, these little clips of the highlights of these stories remind you that you're not alone and that you can go ahead and take that step into the unknown of what's next. A lot of us reach this point more than once in our lifetimes, but it's a spiral. It's not just a circle. It's a spiral going upward. I really hope that you've been inspired or encouraged to take even one small step today, maybe even two, towards your own happy place. And whether that's taking up a pen or paintbrush or some other creative activity, reaching out to a friend or finishing an unfinished project or simply pausing to appreciate something beautiful. All of these small acts will allow your heart and your soul to be the driver of your action. I just want to thank each and every one of you for being part of this community and listening to my podcast. Your support, your stories, your willingness to show up for yourself and for others is really the inspiration for me to continue to share more of these stories of possibility and hope. So if there's a topic you'd like me to cover in the future, don't hesitate to reach out. And let me leave you with this one thought. You really do already have everything you need to get your happy back. It's there inside you, waiting for you to see it. All you have to do is say yes. With all the love in my heart, be well, share your story, and live your life as fully as you can. I'll see you in the new year. Thanks for listening.